Hey you, thank you for joining. I am going to show you an experiment that I did. I set out to create 4 different flower kind of looks for this, and I'm using a new resin that I hadn't used before, and at the very end I'll show you what that resin is. I'm kind of experimenting with different brands to see what really works for me. So I started with about 75% full molds in clear. And I mixed up my mica powders in 4 colors: a dark red, a cherry red, a gold, and an orange. And yeah, the colors are a weird mix, but there was a reason. It was custom to match something for someone very special if they turn out. So I filled up 1 little cup with about an ounce of clear and added some casting craft to it to outline one of my flowers with. So let's see how it works out. There's inevitably 4 million cat hairs floating around through the air and dog hairs. You guys know how hard it is if you have pets to keep your resin clean. So I drew a hibiscus and filled it with some gold resin. I'm not sure how that one's going to turn out. I took a toothpick and kind of pulled the petals in. You just pull 1 down the center and then 2 little ticks on each side of that center line. And then I didn't have a plan for the rest of these, so I just kind of winged it and not knowing how it's going to turn out. So we'll see. I did the orange kind of inner petals and then outer petals in the shape sort of like a hibiscus with a little red, dark red flower in the center. And then the next one I did totally different. I did big circles of the light red and the dark red. And then I put a little orange on the outside and pulled inward to make petal designs. And you've probably seen that in all sorts of different ways. But that's the first time I've tried it. Then another sort of hibiscus shape with the dark red and the gold. So I just wanted to use all 4 of those colors, or 5, in kind of different patterns to make different kind of flowers. And as soon as I was done, I noticed like, oh, this one needs a little bit more filling. And as it started to bloom, kind of the resin kind of pushes out. I panicked. Like, these are the ugliest things I've ever made. 2 hours later, they look okay. So let's unmold them and see what we've got. It's actually really pretty on what I consider the wrong side. So let's see what the right side, which for me, when you do a flower design, the right side is the side touching the mold. What have we got? Kind of pretty on that side. And it looks interesting on that side. It's like what I call the worms design, which normally when I do flowers, I actually pipe them instead of pouring them because of that. When you pipe it, you get a more delicate design as the mica spreads out instead of that kind of worms look, which is also really pretty, by the way. And another interesting one. This one is actually my favorite on the wrong side. I think that's absolutely stunning. So let's see the right side. And this one made a really pretty design as it spread out. I think it's delicate and beautiful and shimmery with that gold in there. And in retrospect, I think they really needed something in the center to kind of anchor them, like gold flake or gold nuggets or something. But I didn't want to overcomplicate it because the color palette was already complicated enough, you know? But as I do my top coat on these, I may add some little gold nuggets. to the very center. So the resin I used for this one is Counterculture DIY.